Apologies for that. Now, the DA is threatening to take legal action against Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu. The party marched to the department on Wednesday over the water crisis in Gauteng. It wants the minister to fire Rand Water CEO Sipho Mosai. But the minister says the supply shortages cannot be blamed on Rand Water alone. Let's discuss this and other developments around water and the politics of water now with political analyst, water expert Sysman Motloung. Sysman, good afternoon. Welcome to today, to Newslink this morning here. Tell me, overall, are we going to see the water issues of the country becoming a hot political potato ahead of 2024 general elections?
Yeah, President, and what you are asking is something that is not limited to next year's elections. We have had as early as 2005, 2004, when the engineers were talking about the impending water shortage. Some were talking about the period 2025, others were talking about 2030, that within this period, we will be experiencing severe water shortages. And this is just the start. We anticipate that the situation will become increasingly worse. And if there has not been inadequate planning and interventions to avert this water crisis, I think we will be in a bad situation than what load shedding is doing. It could be bad. We really need intervention very soon.
Yeah, we need intervention very soon. We saw the DA marching yesterday, making demands about the removal of the Sea of Rand Water. The minister, Senzo Mchunu, Minister of Water and Sanitation, saying, no, don't just blame Rand Water alone. Do you anticipate an escalation of such kinds of events and discourse as we build up towards the elections?
No, this is going to happen in that sense that we see the conflict will always be there between municipalities and water boards, the bulk water providers, because on one side, municipalities are not able to keep up with payment, and somehow these water boards will have to implement a credit control measure where they might be reducing the amount of water they supply to municipalities. On the other side, there is a problem only on the side of municipalities when we talk about infrastructure maintenance. There's a lot of water that has been lost through leakages. This is unaccounted for water. If those leakages were to be reduced, this could save a huge amount of water that reaches the end user eventually. So there has to be cooperation, collaboration, instead of political parties that isolate an individual. Because if you were to remove the Rand Water CEO, there is no guarantee that whoever comes after him would eliminate the water shortages, because it's a matter of demand, how much water we are consuming, and how much these water boards are able to provide, also considering the aspect they are load shedding. When power is off, it is difficult to maintain the water pressure, to maintain the reservoirs at the level that you require. And then we're also talking about that aspect there, a decaying infrastructure. So the picture is bad. It is not a matter of isolating one person. Actually, when you look at Rand Water, it is one of the best performing water boards in the country. Therefore, you cannot put a blame on it, particularly for the water shortages or the water crisis.
Yeah, there is that line between the water board, in this case like the Rand Water, the bulk supplier, and the delivery side of things, the distribution side of things, which is the municipality. I mean, they charge you and I for water every month that we use through the pipes, and that there seems to be a problem there as well, and that the municipalities are not being able to deliver the service. And as you've said, it's not going to get any better. It is national elections next year, not local government elections, but this matter of how municipalities are performing or not performing is likely to dominate our political landscape. What's your view, Sysman?
Yeah, definitely. In the incentive plate, there is that aspect of increasing tariffs, you see that municipalities, if they don't collect revenue, they don't have enough money to sustain services. And there's a big challenge we are not talking about in this country of this culture of non-payment. When municipalities have, in my view, been relaxed and readily accepted this view where people don't afford, while they don't really implement strict procedures to know who really cannot afford. If you claim to be indigent, show the evidence and be put on the indigent list. Otherwise, you could be a person who affords. Then you should be held accountable for the services that you receive. That is a political issue municipalities are not willing to go or venture into. Then the debate will remain between a high-level engagement where it's water boards, it's ESCOM, because ESCOM on the other side also shuts electricity. We've seen in Mfuleni municipality, we've seen in Qwaqwa, Maluta, Pofung. Those were two municipalities heavily affected by this element of non-payment. We will, as we say, with the high water consumption and low supply, the presence of a crisis will become really present in the face of our population, and there will be pressure on municipalities to deliver.
You know, Sysman, before we conclude, I mean, you've mentioned one big elephant in the room, non-payment culture for services that we get from municipalities. But the other side is that municipalities are not managing leakages very well. For example, I'm told the Johannesburg Metro could save 35% of the water, or it's losing 35% of available water through leakages. Surely that can be addressed. I mean, there was a campaign a few years ago to stop leakages.
That is true. Other municipalities are losing over 40%. It's really bad. And that is money being wasted. That's one. And municipalities, in their response to close the leaks and fix them. The other aspect is the civic culture. You know, President, this is my observation, where somebody has a leak in front of their house, or you're driving past somewhere, there's a leak. You basically look at it. You never really report it to the municipality. Like, no, it's not affecting me. It's not in my yard, or it's not an inconvenience to me. We have so many leaks that are creating potholes on the roads. As civilians, to what extent are we cautious that whenever you see a leak, you report it to the municipality? And you have to ask, if the municipality receives such a report, how soon do they reply and respond to close that leak? So you find, for example, in Mfuleni, there are cases of water leaks that have been reported as early as June, as early as May, April, and they're not being resolved. This is now November, we're going into December. 6 months waiting for a leak to be fixed. That is really unprofessional, unacceptable, and it contributes. So that's why I'm saying we need collaboration between citizens and water boards and water distributors, which are water service providers.